Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Possible Mowers. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this gem we got for free from a guy we know. So stay tuned, and we're going to go into detail about her and what her purpose is going to be on the channel. Like I said in the beginning, guys, this is the Simplicity mower we just picked up for free from a guy, a really chill dude. The only problem with it was it would smoke every time you ran it. It would be white smoke, not blue smoke, which tells me that the carburetor might need to be cleaned, or there could be something else at play going on there. Before we go into the deep details about this, I just want to run over the basics. So this is a Simplicity Hydro 16 Twin road mower. See right there. I don't know the year. I haven't bothered to check the model number yet. Looks like, no, it's just a warning label. And there's the fuel. That's pretty cool. I'm not seeing a sticker for it here, but it might be somewhere else. This is the first Simplicity I've ever owned. I'm usually a big Craftsman guy, but I'll take really any more. So that's the fuel tank. This thing has a bunch of sensors. You got seat swing sensor, yeah, check engine light, oil pressure sensor, fuel sensor, and this is the sensor dash light, or the, where all this stuff is. We got oil pressure gauge right there. And that is what she looks like. Those are the lights right there. Now, you guys may have already seen the shorts that I posted with this thing. If I can catch it. There we go. It's got like a neutral switch on it. You guys probably saw the amount of fun we have with this thing a couple days ago. This is definitely a mud mower, but also we're thinking of making it a bit of both. We're thinking of doing a mud mower and a lawn mower. So he's gonna have two different styles of mower going on here. So we can't beat on it too much, but just enough to get her a little bit dirty. We named him Leroy because when we got Leroy, he came with a little ball right there. So there's that. She is powered by a Vanguard V-twin Briggs & Stratton. The way to go if you're going to run a twin Briggs. Vanguards, they're amazing. If you haven't seen a Vanguard twin perform, you're going to see it in this channel, because these are amazing little machines. They take the beating just like the Kohler Courage does in the shop. They never stop running, for us at least. So these are amazing motors to go through. I just noticed it's got these stickers on it. I think this is the options you could get for the mower. Maybe, I don't know. Drive belts and mower blades, spray can paint, deep bore. Okay, so like I said, this is also my first time digging into it. This is not mine. This is my brother's, but we do the channel together, so it's like kind of an even thing. So we could see all of that wiring, pretty nice, neat. She's not a bad rig. She's on the column, so instead of seeing an automatic on the floor or the pedal or on the side even, we're looking at an on the column, shifting on the fly kind of girl. She's got, let's see, a forward and reverse and a neutral. Yeah, she's kind of like a manual hydrostatic, with the forward speeds, reverse speeds, and the neutral. Her lights they work a little bit, but they're not bright, so we definitely gotta look at that. And if you haven't seen already, you can see this part is a little bit bashed, but we zip tied it. She's pretty good. she's been treating us well. I mean, she's, you know, we took her through her paces. You know, she was a lot cleaner through this. We totally didn't overhaul the capacity of wood with this rig, but you know, that's fine. If you actually want to see that video of us overhauling this thing, we put like, we're guessing 900, 800 pounds worth of lumber in the back of this thing with a trailer. We're not actually sure if that's the actual number. But if you want to see us overhauling this rig, check out the Patreon link, or links is in below. Yeah, can't talk today. And one thing I want to tell you guys is the Patreon I have, it's not a pay-to-play situation. You get 7 days free trial. You can look at all the nice content we got here. Some of the stuff I don't even share on this channel that I put on my Patreon. So with this thing, a lot of the stuff is going to be put on the Patreon, not the channel, because the channel is going to be a little more focused on, hopefully, the John Deere's sitting right over there. Hopefully. I did get word that there are parts coming in for the 140. So if things go well, fingers crossed, the 140 might be living again. So like I said, check out the Patreon, 7-day free trial at no cost. You'll be able to get cool videos and photos you get to see of this old girl and the other mowers romping in the mud. So like I said, 7-day free trial. It's $10 a month if you want to do it yearly or monthly. But, you know, I'm always flexible. So like I said, 7-day free trial. So you don't have to spend all that money just to see a bunch of pictures and videos. You know, you can look at it for 7 days, and if you just don't feel like that's not the Patreon for you, no heart broken here. You can just quit your subscription and you haven't spent a dime. You're welcome. So without further ado, we're gonna look underneath this rig. I'm gonna shut the camera off right here, and we're just gonna have a look underneath it, see which the haps, what kind of pulley ratio we're running, and just see what we're looking at for front end, rear end, and just the whole thing in general. So without further ado, I'm going to stop right here and we'll get to that. Alrighty guys, we're underneath the mower here. I can't do underneath. Looking pretty clean. We're running the classic rack and pinion. This is my favorite rack and pinion because it's just the same as the LT1000. It's just a thicker gear. You can see that plate. It's just a little more thicker than the LT1000, but not by much. So we're looking at, looks like a pulley stack. So we got pulley on the bottom, pulley on the top. This did used to have a blade deck. So the pulley on the bottom, I'm betting is for the belt on the blade deck, and the pulley on the top is for the drive line. From what I'm looking at here, it looks like we're rocking 7, maybe a 6-inch pulley in the front, followed by 2 small idler pulleys, Kevlar belt, and I can't see too much, a pretty small trans pulley. I'm gonna want to say 5-inch. I might be wrong. That might be more of a 7-8 inch. I think it is. It's a little bigger than expected. And as you guys know, bigger in the front is, so bigger in the front, yeah, holy moly. Smaller in the front, bigger in the, bigger in the front, smaller in the back is how you pulley swap these things. And to make them slower, you go bigger in the back, smaller in the front. That's the way you do it. So this is definitely not pulley swapped, but she goes pretty fast. I'm not gonna say 15 miles an hour, not even close, but probably 9 to 10 miles an hour. It's a hydrostatic. I don't know what type of hydrostatic. It's a made in the USA, it says right here. But I mean, one thing I don't, the one thing I don't like about these hydrostatics is the ground clearance. I mean, look at that. That's really, really shitty. That's not good. So we're not beating on her too much. She's not going to be a rock crawler, probably just trail maintenance, lawn mower, ride mower. But she's a pretty decent rig. If you saw on our Instagram and our YouTube shorts, we were quick shifting her pretty good right over here. We brought her down right through this trail, and right as we were bringing her down, I couldn't catch this on camera, but right as we were bringing her down here, If I can make the camera clear, there we go. This whole spot just sunk right in. So she kind of got lopsided, carried her ass around, and then we tried turning around right here, and that's when I started recording, and she was just sliding everywhere. It was crazy. It was fun. Good old Leroy though, he climbed right over that rock, right over all the stumps and stuff, and just made it right through those sticks. I mean, it was amazing. I've never seen a hydrostatic do that in a long time. The old Husqvarna was the last thing we had that did that. But like I said, look down the YouTube shorts. If you missed it, don't be afraid. It's not going anywhere. YouTube shorts, you can see all the fun we had as far as this went. So we definitely got her pretty dirty. We're definitely going to try to see if we can't get a video of us doing the trail with her, getting into a little bit of mud, but nothing like rock crawling or stuff like that. Because stuff like this, if you're not careful and you're not approaching it at the right angle, that kind of edge right there on the rock, that'll take your transmission right out. So you definitely you want to be careful when the hydrostatics are rock crawling. Front end, right. So we're looking at, I want to say 1 inch. We should probably tighten that up actually. What's it called? A tie rod, 1 inch tie rod, pretty thick. You guys know on the channel, Chuck used to bench high rods like nothing. I mean, it was easy, it was quick, it was fast, it sucked ass. But this thing, it's thick, it's durable, it ain't gonna go nowhere. That's the hope. And I mean, as far as tread on the tires go with the front end, it's a perfect combination. They're not too meaty. And I mean, the rears, and these are stocks. So that's what, I mean, it's stock when we got it, I guess I should say. I don't know if it's actually factory stock, but if these are actually factory stock, not bad, because they pick up traction really good for a stock tire. Not amazing, but pretty good. It'll get you around the trail. I'll say it like that. And that's pretty much it. I guess I could show you the small stuff. What we are going to be doing with this thing is oil change, air filter change. Oh, that's what it is. I can't start it for you right now because we're going to be doing some small maintenance to it. And the reason why I'm saying small is because when we go to run this thing, whenever she's put under a load, even if it's her own self, just if she's hauling, we'll just say it like that, uphills or downhills, the carburetor idles the mower down like it's surging, so it goes low idle and then back up to high idle. A couple of seconds later, low idle, back, and it just surges like that back and forth nonstop. And it smokes too the more it does that. So I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of doing some small maintenance like air filter, cleaning up the carburetor. You can actually kind of see it's pretty dirty. I can zoom in on it. Yeah, all that dirt, all that stuff that she's been mowing, because she's been a lawnmower for all her life. So I think it's definitely time we grab the air compressor out, blow out all the junk in the heads, clean up the carburetor, clean up the air filter, or replace the air filter if it's any good. Look at the spark plugs, just small maintenance. We're not rebuilding the freaking motor. We're just doing some small stuff. Definitely need to look at the fuel filter. We have plenty of these here, but you can see that is pretty dirty. It's not terrible. You know, it's actually not too bad compared to what I've seen on the channel. But you can see how that pump, this pump right here, if I can zoom out, this fuel pump is really having to work uphills the most and downhills. Even just sitting where she is, she has to drain all that fuel. She has to pump all that fuel from the back, run it all the way down, and then bring it all the way up to a dirty fuel filter to have it pumped all the way up to the fuel pump and then pump it into the carburetor. And that's definitely not the way you want to do it. What we always do with these V-twins is we mount the fuel line a lot more shorter and a lot more easier for the fuel to go by, because you can see how the fuel line's a little too big. You can see how you don't need at all this much fuel line. You're just left with a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how much, like, that's just not necessary. You could probably cut off that and that, put them together, and it'll be a nice tight fit. So what we're going to be doing is just rerouting the fuel line Nothing crazy, probably keeping it the way it is, but we're going to be altering this part. Maybe you can see how it kind of snakes through. I can move it for you, you can probably see it right there. You can see how it snakes through the body and then down to the fuel tank. What I like to do is I always like to get the wiring out of the way and then just kind of laying it flat like this so that that pump can flow all that fuel really nicely and then bring it up gradually to this. But you can see how this right here, you know, the pump will do it. I'm not saying the pump won't do it, but it's a lot of work, and it's just adding to the stress in the motor. I did it with the twin Kohler. I just rerouted the fuel filter and the fuel line and the pump. I actually mounted the pump opposite of what it was stock, and she does not quit on me, and she just idles like a freaking baby. I mean, it's amazing. It's really good. So it's definitely worth looking at for you mud mower guys who are having these kind of problems. Just reroute the fuel line, because that pump is doing all it can to suck that fuel in, and when it has to do all the work on the fuel line, have a dirty fuel filter, I mean, it's just when you add it all up, it's not getting enough fuel. And if it is getting fuel at all, it's probably, because it's a V-twin, it's gonna be asking for more. So always good to look at that. That's what we're gonna be doing with this thing. Just some fuel line work, carburetor work, cleaning the motor in general. You can see it's pretty dirty here, all that dirt. Just, you know, not making it perfect, but making it so that she can breathe a little bit, because all this dirt, you can see right in here, what I just pulled out of the spark plug boot. You can see all of this stuff right here. Not good. So the heads are probably stuffed. The carburetor is definitely dirty, and she needs an oil change bad. So even though she's a good beater and she's a really good mower, I think with the small engine stuff and a little bit of a tune-up, she'll be dialed. So just some small stuff, you know, we're not, like I say, we're not rebuilding the motor. We're just kind of tending to her needs so that she can perform just a little bit better. Because when she's crawling up a hill, even on that pavement spot, up our driveway, she's just struggling. And if you guys look on my Patreon and you see the video of us hauling the wood, you can hear it even with an empty trailer load, like a freaking light ass trailer load, it struggles bad. So not like really bad, but you can hear carburetor's not happy, and so we just got to dial it in a little bit. Leather seat, which is pretty nice, and that's pretty much it. That's all I can say about the baby, except for she's got a really nice battery tray. I mean, I love this mower so much because I've never been a fan of the plastic dashes, but the way they did it with this year of a Simplicity, it's amazing. I mean, you have the battery tray, really accessible, easy to get to. You have the wiring is like, boom, it's right there. It's just like on my 140, right there on the dash, easy to get to, quick and easy access. Hell, I might even say it's worth getting a light. We might put a light right here, a little dash light, so that if we're stuck in the mud one night and she's having electrical problems, boop, you can turn the light on, boom, you can see your engine bay. Kind of like on a car. Maybe we could do that right there. Not too sure. But I mean, the amount of access that you have on the mower, it's amazing. I don't like how the solenoid is not accessible. Not a fan of that. I always like to make sure the solenoid is accessible, because if your ignition dies out on you and you got to limp your baby home, you got to give her the old-fashioned, like we did with Chuck, metal part. I'm going to say a screwdriver. It could be anything that's metal. Cross the connections on the solenoid, give her some choke, and off she goes. So that's why we always like to expose the solenoid. Not all the way out into the open, a little bit of coverage so she doesn't rust, but enough for us to get a screwdriver in there and do our thing. So that's another quick tip for you mud mower guys. But I'm sure you guys, you're pretty creative out there. I've seen a lot of people just do some amazing stuff with lawnmower wiring. I mean, it's really, really awesome. But that's just what we do. I can get this, there we go. One thing we definitely want to do is get a ram bar on her, probably that one, and I wouldn't say a winch, but definitely some better lights, because that ain't gonna work. So I mean, that's it. Like I said, I would start it for you guys, but not only is this not my mower, but we are in the middle of, we're going to be doing some more work to this thing, which we will catch on video. Don't worry about that. on YouTube. So you won't be missing out on any of the live action here. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's the old Simplicity. You guys know the John Deeres are down, Craftsman's down. We're hoping to get the old Craftsman 2 running here. All she needs is just a new tire in the front, new carburetor, and we're going to be buying some mud tires for the back, hopefully pretty soon. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, look at that. It's got a hubcap. These always fall off the ride mowers, but this is the first yet. See, not there, but it's on the other side. But with all that said and done, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't worry about not being able to see any videos on mudding or anything like that. We're going to be catching on video. Don't you worry. I just hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys stay tuned for future videos on this rig, because she's going to be getting pretty dirty. When it comes to winter, all bets are off. I mean, this thing's going to be a freaking ripper. Hopefully the Craftsmans are going to be all running in the winter. It's just going to be awesome. I'm hoping, if things go well, don't quote me on it, if we can get the Simplicity going, the Craftsman 2 going, the Craftsman GT going, and my LT1000 going, we're going to try to do a ride mower ice race. Basically what we do is right on our, so we have a teardrop on our driveway, which I'll show you. And what we like to do is, what I'm thinking of doing is we have the mowers start all the way up there, all of them right up there. They come down here in the, wow, this is all snow and ice, and we have to do a 5-lap pass all around this teardrop, both pulley swapped and non-pulley swapped mowers, and just see who can make the fastest time, but also to see who can do as many laps without crashing, because when this thing is really icy, that downhill part just makes it really easy for lawnmowers to slide. So this is going to be really fun. So if things go well, we're catching that stuff on video. So stay tuned for that. As far as I'm concerned, that's it for today's video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon and Instagram link below. Remember, Patreon is 7 days free trial, and you can get to see some live action with this Simplicity that I didn't get to show you guys on the YouTube Shorts because I don't want to overload it. So, like I said, Patreon, check it out. 7-day free trial. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to even spend a dime. You'll just get cool access to images, videos, stuff you didn't get to see on the channel. And then our Instagram, links below. And we got plenty of nice stuff, pictures, stance mode pictures, classics that we do with this mower and with all the mowers. So without further ado, like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys stay safe, and catch you guys next time.